It's 2 a.m. You need to wake up in 5 hours. Your body is exhausted. Your eyes burn. You want to sleep, but your brain has decided tonight is the perfect time to replay something embarrassing you said 6 years ago. Not once, over and over again, with brand new details you somehow never noticed before. And just when that memory finally starts fading, your mind shifts. Now you're replaying a conversation from earlier today, wondering if you sounded annoying, wondering if someone secretly misunderstood you, rehearsing a future conversation that hasn't even happened yet. And somewhere in the background, your brain suddenly asks, "Did you leave the stove on?" You didn't, probably. Most people laugh this off. I just overthink at night, like it's some harmless personality trait. But what's actually happening inside your mind at night is far more specific than people realize. Because your brain isn't breaking down, it's switching modes. During the day, your attention is constantly under attack. Notifications, conversations, work, noise. Your brain stays busy reacting to the outside world. But at night, everything goes quiet. The room darkens. The stimulation disappears. And suddenly, your mind has space for the first time all day. So your attention turns inward. The awkward interaction, the unresolved emotion, the message you still haven't answered, the tiny moment that felt off for some reason you still can't explain. Your brain brings all of it back because in its own strange way, it's trying to protect you, trying to understand, trying to make sure nothing important gets missed. Some people close their eyes and fall asleep within minutes. Others mentally rebuild entire conversations like detectives solving a crime scene. In the early 2000s, neuroscientists discovered something fascinating. When people stopped focusing on external tasks, certain parts of the brain became more active. Not less, more. This system became known as the default mode network. You can think of it as your brain's background processing system. It reviews the past, simulates the future, replays social interactions, searches for meaning. For most people, this system stays relatively quiet, but for people who are highly reflective, emotionally aware, deeply sensitive, it doesn't stay quiet. It takes every unresolved experience and treats it like an open tab. And the problem is that human experiences rarely end cleanly. Conversations are ambiguous, relationships are complicated, emotions don't neatly resolve themselves before bedtime. So your brain keeps looping through them, searching for closure that probably isn't coming tonight. Because your brain doesn't fully distinguish between imagined stress and real stress. The moment your thoughts become emotionally charged, your body responds as if the danger is real. Your heart rate changes slightly, your muscles tighten, your breathing becomes shallower. Hormone stress begins rising. And then comes the trap almost everyone falls into. You try to force yourself to stop thinking, but the harder you fight a thought, the stronger it becomes. Because in order to stop thinking about something, your brain first has to check if you're still thinking about it. Psychologists call this ironic process theory, the desperate moment where you beg your brain to shut up, and it gets louder instead. Now here's the part most people never hear. The people who experience this most intensely are often not shallow thinkers. They're deep ones. Research has found strong connections between nighttime overthinking and emotional awareness, empathy, and creativity. These people process experiences more thoroughly than average. A conversation isn't just words to them, it's tone, facial expressions, pauses, energy shifts, subtext. Their brains naturally search beneath the surface of things. While someone else forgets an interaction in 5 minutes, their mind is still quietly analyzing it at 2 a.m. And if you're like this, then this next part will probably feel painfully familiar. The thoughts that keep you awake at night usually aren't massive catastrophes. They're small, emotional loose ends. A text message you never replied to, a joke that landed wrong, a strange tone in someone's voice, a decision you're suddenly unsure about. Tiny, unfinished moments your brain quietly kept open all day. Because your mind isn't searching for obvious dangers, it's searching for unresolved ones. And the people who struggle with this the most are usually the people who care the most. People who replay conversations because they genuinely care how they made someone feel. People who carry emotional responsibility even when nobody asked them to. The overthinking isn't happening because you're careless. It's happening because your mind refuses to be. So what can you actually do when this spiral starts? One of the most effective methods is surprisingly simple. Before bed, write things down. Not a deep journal, not a life analysis, just a list. Every unresolved thought, every task, every worry, every conversation your brain keeps reopening. Move it somewhere outside your head. Because your brain keeps replaying these loops for one reason: it doesn't trust that you'll remember them tomorrow. The moment you create an external record, something subtle happens. Your brain relaxes slightly. The loop no longer feels unfinished. Your mind realizes, I don't need to hold on to this right now. So the next time it's 2 a.m. and your mind is replaying a random moment from years ago, remember this: your brain isn't malfunctioning. It's trying to understand your world. It's trying to protect you from mistakes. It's trying to make sense of emotions most people ignore. You don't have a broken brain. You have one that refuses to move through life carelessly. And yes, sometimes that costs you sleep. But maybe the problem isn't that your mind feels too deeply. Maybe it's that the world rewards people who don't.